Salute, 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 and welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. I am your host, Big Fruit, the Michael Jordan of recording, also known as the voice in the streets, but better known as the glue, because I like to keep things together and keep them in a proper perspective. How y'all doing out there on this Friday morning? It's Friday morning, it's an early one, so if you up in your car or in your truck, driving and you listening to Big Fruit this morning, you make sure you drive safe. If you at home watching Big Fruit on your phone or on your computer, you make sure you smash that like button. You make sure you like, you comment, and you share. And you make sure your notification bell is on so that you know when I am going live or dropping a video. Yes, indeed, people, it is Friday. It is Friday. Y'all see the title, right? Y'all see the title? Fat Joe and Jada addresses the cancellation of the BET Awards in 2025. Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was kind of shocked, but then again, I wasn't surprised. In 2025, they canceled. Not only did BET cancel the Hip Hop Awards, but they canceled the Soul Train Awards as well. Everybody's in the uproar. Everybody wants to know why. Everybody got a reason why. Everybody trying to say gentrification. But I'm going to say what it really is, son, in my personal opinion. What I really think it is, you have to remember, man, people, including myself, are in the business of making money. People would like to generate money. We got to generate money. And at the end of the day, man, the BET Hip Hop Awards, as well as the Soul Train Awards, don't generate no money on BET. Think about it, man. I grew up watching award ceremonies because I'm into music. You know what I'm saying? I'm into the culture. You know what I'm saying? So I'm into music. And before hip hop was on those award stages, it was R&B. It was all about R&B. So I grew up watching the American Music Awards as well as the Grammy Awards. You know what I'm saying? And in the 80s, our biggest artists, the biggest R&B artists would attend these award ceremonies. They not only would attend these award ceremonies, they would win the accolades. They would also perform. You would see them in the audience when you're watching it on national television. It was always a major event in the 80s when the award shows went down. In the 90s, things changed. In the 90s, the Hip Hop Awards came. 1995, the Source Awards popped off first. So shout out to the Source Awards. We had the Source Awards in 95. I think we had the Vibe Awards in 2005. But I say that to say, when the Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards became monumental in our culture, it started off right and exact with all the major artists. Like, think about the 1995 Source Awards. All the major artists was there. It was so much to the point where it created a monumental and a historical event, the 1995 Source Awards at Madison Square Garden. Not only was New York in the building, but Cali was in the building. Y'all heard the bullshit Suge went on stage and did. Not only was Cali in the building, but the ATL was in the building. Yeah, they booed Outkast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but they booed Outkast. It was very disrespectful. But I say all that to say, all the hitters was in the building. The biggest artist was in the building. The biggest artist walked away with all the accolades. Big cleaned up in 9-5, as he should have. And that's how it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? And if the BET, not BET, back then it was just the Source Awards. If the Source Awards would have been on a national stage, who knows what type of ratings they would have got. You understand what I'm saying? But then the Vibe Awards came. Quincy Jones created the Vibe Awards 10 years after that. And it was a melee and a scuffle there. So that was the end of that. But that melee and scuffle was amongst the major artists in the game. You can't escape that. You know what I'm saying? You can't escape having an award ceremony with the major artists in that genre attending, the major artists in that genre winning the accolades and performing. You can't escape that. If you want a successful award show, that's how it must go down. And today in 2025, or I have to admit, man, award shows is disgusting. First and foremost, let me say this when it comes to the BET Hip Hop Awards. No disrespect to Joe. No, we do not want to see Fat Joe host the BET Awards, the Hip Hop Awards every year. We don't want to see that. We want a different host every year. We don't want Fat Joe every year. And by you having Fat Joe every year, I know he missed that check. I know you having Fat Joe every year. It shined a light on the fact that you couldn't get other hosts. Other hosts weren't interested, so Fat Joe cleaned up. You understand what I'm saying? And we got tired of seeing Fat Joe every year. Not only that, but the biggest rappers in the game would not be in attendance. Not only would they not be in attendance, they barely won any awards, and they definitely didn't perform. So you have to ask, what is BET doing with this award show? And it's been like that for about 10 years, brother. It's been like that for about 10 years, man. I can't tell you the last time the BET Hip Hop Awards aired and the top 5 rappers in the game at that time attended the ceremony. The same thing with the Soul Train Awards. Soul Train Awards cater to R&B. The biggest R&B artists are not there. The biggest R&B artists are not winning. The biggest R&B artists are not performing. When the last time you seen Beyonce at a Soul Train Award? When the last time you seen her perform at a Soul Train Award? You know what I'm saying? She's the biggest in the game. She's not attending. You know what I mean? Then if you look at other big artists, Alicia Keys, she's not attending. She's not performing. These are the reasons why the BET station has decided to cancel the Hip Hop Awards as well as Soul Train Awards in 2025. It's temporarily, so they say. It's temporarily, and it should be, because they need to get that together, man. Those shows don't generate no money. And if those shows don't generate no money, you can't cut the check for the people. You understand what I'm saying? You can't cut the check for the host. You can't cut the check for the people that's going to perform. You can't cut the check for the people that's going to present awards. You just can't do it. You can't do it. Those shows do not generate no money, man. We need to go back. Everybody always criticizing the old school, but let me tell you right now, the old school winning right now in hip hop. Have you paid attention to hip hop in the past few months? All the old school artists are dropping solid albums. Everybody from Slick Rick to Raekwon. They dropping solid albums, man. And what BET Hip Hop Awards should have done, should have reached out to all those artists and got those old artists on those stage. Raekwon should have been on the BET Hip Hop Awards for 2025. The Clip should have been on that lineup. You know what I'm saying? Slick Rick should have been on that lineup. Nas and Slick Rick got a banger together. Nas and Raekwon got a banger together. So Nas should have been on that lineup. Like, you really want to have a successful award show? Cut the check. Stop playing games. Level up. Level up. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to the hottest comedians being the host. Why is Fat Joe the host of the BET Hip Hop Awards? All those young and upcoming hot comedians, everybody from Desi Banks to Mr. Commodore, they eating, they doing what they do. Why those dudes can't get an opportunity and a chance to host the BET Hip Hop Awards? You got to try some new things, man. You got to try some new things if I want that to be successful. And right now, that thing is not successful, man. I watch the BET Hip Hop Awards and won't know near rapper that's performing. I won't know near rapper that's performing, man. And another thing they need to do, well, it was in ATL for years and it was always successful, but you need to take it out of ATL. You need to take it out of the ATL, man. You know what I'm saying? Bring it to the Garden. Take it to LA. Move it around. Don't just stay stagnated in Atlanta. Move it around. Take it to Houston. Take it to Miami. You know what I'm saying? Do some things. Make it pop. You know what I'm saying? But right now, that's not popping. I know Fat Joe disappointed, you know what I'm saying? Because that was a steady check for him. He was hosting that award show for about 3, 4, 5 years, if not longer. But things change with time and the show must go on. So I hope BET get it together. I hope they bring back to Hip Hop Awards soon. I hope they bring back the Soul Train Awards soon. Just think about it, man. You can't escape that visual of Michael Jackson at the Grammys with an armful of awards. Not only did he win the awards, he was there. And if I'm not mistaken, he might have performed that night. I don't know, man, but that's how it's supposed to be. The biggest rappers in the game should be at the BET Hip Hop Awards. Not only should they be in the audience, they should be on the stage presenting awards, and they should be on stage performing. That's how it should be. If you want those ratings and you want to generate money, that's how it should be. Y'all keep bringing these new, young, and up-and-coming artists. Don't get me wrong. The new and up-and-coming artists, they deserve a platform. They deserve a platform. Maybe it shouldn't be that platform. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion, because I did 23 years in the can, man, and I looked forward to the BET Awards every summer from the moment it popped, and I looked forward to the BET Hip Hop Awards every fall since it popped, and the Soul Train Awards as well. You know what I'm saying? Those three award shows helped me get through my time, as well as the NAACP Image Awards and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? We always had some black award shows going down, but none of them are popping no more. None of them are popping no more because our people are too concerned with their brand. Yo, your brand. You can't go there because of your brand. You know what I'm saying? Don't attend that event because of your brand. Then when it comes to the musical awards, man, the biggest artists don't have time for it. The check ain't big enough. Y'all don't do enough ratings. Like, all this come into play before the artists make a decision, or all this come into play before you make a decision to reach out to the artist. You say, well, we can't reach out to him because we ain't got enough views. We don't do enough ratings. We don't get enough clicks. We don't get enough likes. Whatever it is, you come to the decision not to reach out to the biggest artists, so you reach down to these small artists, and that's what's killing these networks. That's what's killing these shows, man. That's what's killing these networks. That's what's killing these award ceremonies. We need to take it back to the old school, man. We need to take it back to the old school, because sometimes when it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. It was never broke. Y'all tried to implement some new things. Y'all tried some new things. It didn't work. Go back to the old school. Trust me. The people will pop out for the old school. Listen, man, y'all know how I do. I come through 6 minutes, Dougie. I say what it is and say what it ain't. And right now, it ain't about the BET Awards, and it ain't about the Soul Train Awards over at BET. They dropped the ball, man. They dropped the ball. They said it's temporarily for 2025. Let's see how long we go without a hip hop award ceremony and a Soul Train award ceremony, man. But listen, man, y'all know how I do. I come through 6 minutes, Dougie. I say what it is. I say what it ain't. I decided to jump up here this morning and speak on the fact that Fat Joe and Jada Kiss did elaborate on the subject. But I feel like the only reason why Fat Joe elaborated on it, because that was a check he used to get every year. He missed that check. But it's not about gentrification, my man. That's what Fat Joe said, but he's bugging. It's all about that almighty dollar, son. Everybody is in the business of making money. And right now, the BET Hip Hop Awards, as well as the Soul Train Awards, do not generate no money over at the BET network for the people at BET. So now they have to go back to the drawing board and come up with some new ideas. And I already told you what's going to work for them hip hop awards. Take it back to the old school. There is no reason why Raekwon is not being celebrated. There's no reason why Slick Rick is not being celebrated. There's no reason why that new Clips album is not being celebrated. That's how you shake up the hip hop awards. Listen, man, it's your boy Big Fruit. You know how I do. I come through 6 minutes, Dougie. I say what it is, see what it ain't. And right now, I'm about to hit that door because I got to do some early morning doctor visiting. Yes, I'm going to see my surgeon this morning. It's my first doctor's appointment since I had them shots in my neck. I'm on my way to the doctor. So y'all wish me a great doctor's visit. Also, y'all know how it's going down tonight, live at 8 p.m. Friday Night Lights. I got the boy Miz, a.k.a. Miz Pincushion, in the building, and we going to chop it up tonight. we going to talk about Bishop. we going to talk about Bulldog Crew. we going to talk about haters animosity. we going to talk about the streets. we going to talk about the youth. we going to get all into Miz business tonight, live at 8 p.m. at the Real Big Food Podcast. Until then, y'all be easy. Salute.